Hello everyone and welcome to a tutorial video, and today I have for you a basic snow farm. This one I've built here is a little bit overpowered, so when I do the tutorial for it, you will only actually have to build like 5 of these modules, because having this many is very not advanced, because you cannot actually craft snow blocks as fast as this machine will produce them physically. So that is why I just have a little cactus down here to destroy all of those excess snowballs. But as you can see, yes, it produces snowballs very fast. Now, it is one thing I would like to note about this farm is when I was making it, I really wanted the design to be light on hoppers, because iron, particularly currently in Bedrock version of Minecraft, is very difficult to obtain large quantities of, especially when iron farms are not working properly. They are getting fixed soon, so they are more efficient, but they don't work very well. And so basically what this farm does is it limits the only need to hoppers to actually 0, because when you do make the crafting station here, you are just going to be crafting them and then placing them straight in the chest, rather than using a hopper, because I found using a hopper actually started picking up snowballs as well. Now this has a few losses that are left behind, but when it's producing items as fast as it is, it actually doesn't matter how many losses there are that are left in there. I do have these little circuits here which will push off the extra ones, or most of the extra snowballs, which should help to reduce lag. And you may have also noticed it is relatively light on redstone. If you don't want these extra circuits to push the stuff off, it is literally only the redstone dust here plus a clock in the middle there with a lever. Yes, anyway, I will get on to demonstrating. Before I do the tutorial, I will show you how this farm actually works. So what you're going to want to do is get down here, and you are going to want to have your inventory basically filled up with snow blocks, except for 4 slots here. At the front of, well, anywhere in your inventory will do, just 4 slots not full with snow blocks, so they can be 1 block stack of snow and 4 blocks not filled. Now those will allow you to get a total of 4 stacks of snowballs at once, which means you can make the highest amount of snow blocks basically at once, because you can't put more than 16 snowballs in each of the squares of the crafting grid, which is why we only need that many. Now once you are down here, you just flick the lever up here to turn it on, and then you just stand here and give it a second to start up, and once it starts producing those snowballs, you can just start crafting, and see, it is producing way faster than we can craft right now. And yeah, that is why you will only need the smaller version of the farm, but yeah, you will just keep crafting up your snow blocks like this. Now if you do want snowballs yourself, just stand there with an empty inventory and you can pick them up. No need for a storage system. I don't think you're going to ever be able to use snowballs faster than this thing can actually make them. So anyway, what we are going to... Another tip I should actually mention about this farm is it has this repeater here, which you can just increase the delay of, which will actually slow down how fast those pistons in there move, which will slow down the speed at which they produce snow. So the higher the tick on that repeater, the slower the farm will produce. Anyway, you did not all come here to see the farm, you came here to know how to build it. So I will get on to building the farm right now. Okay guys, so if you want to build this farm, what you are going to need is these resources here. So you need 16 redstone dust, 7 redstone repeaters, 2 observers, 10 sticky pistons, 1 redstone torch, 1 lever, 10 slabs, a bunch of building blocks of any kind, as doesn't really matter, just as long as you have some building blocks to build with, a bucket of water, some snow and some pumpkins. I'm not going to specify how many of them you need, because you may have to kill a few snow golems if they get out, so I just suggest, get about a stack of snow and a stack of pumpkins, just in case the snow golems decide to run away. You're also going to need 5 glass panes. So let me just grab all these resources here. Okay, so what you're going to do when you start off is you're going to want to place down a little bed to put your water in. So this is going to be 8 long, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're just going to put some sides up on that so the water does not get out. Okay, so just make this 8 long, like so. Then you're going to want to get your water, and you're going to want to put your water at the end. Now, it's important to remember this is 8 long. We're not going to put 8 modules in because that would be way too fast for how fast we can actually make the snow blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some of our sticky pistons out. We're also going to grab some of our temporary blocks here. So this blue wall is going to be temporary blocks for me. So we are going to move outward by 3 blocks from the actual middle area, and that third block we're going to leave that there, so we can put a 4 blocks out from there, and we're going to have the sticky piston just there. So there will be the water, another block next to the water, and then a space, then there'll be the sticky piston, and these sticky pistons are 1 block above the level that the water is on. So you'll need to put 5 of these on one side, or you can put 10 on one side, it doesn't really matter, but I'm, for the sake of the tutorial, going to do 5 on one side. Now what you're going to do is the same on the other side, so 5 here, and you are then going to chuck some blocks on top of it, as long as they're a solid block, so no glass for this, because we need to send a redstone signal to it there. Then we're also going to need to put some blocks in front of the sticky pistons here. As long as a snow golem can place snow on them, it will be completely fine. Then what we're going to want to do is put our slabs, so our 5 of our slabs in there. Make sure they are bottom slabs, so as you can see that is the bottom of the block right there. What we're then going to do is place some glass panes on top of that. Now, because I like to be able to see what's going on inside of my redstone contraptions at all times, I am going to cap this off with glass, but you can do this with any normal block you'd like, but just chuck some blocks in front of there to try and stop any snowballs or snow golems from escaping. So we can do that on both sides here, just like so. We might need to replace a bit of this glass on the front here with redstone later, but that doesn't matter, just chuck the glass up here to stop any snow golems escaping. So while we're early on in the build, we might as well put our snow golems in. So once again, I am going to use glass here just because it's personal preference. You can use any building block. Now these blocks are going to be temporary that I'm about to put in, so what you're going to want to do is put a layer of blocks going all the way around your thing to make sure your snow golems do not escape. Then what you're going to do is get your snow and pumpkins. You're going to want to fill this whole area in with snow, like so. Then what you're going to do, so when we do put these snow golems in, they are going to be going in the areas between the panes, but we're going to make sure and try and get it so that there is 1 snow golem doing 2 blocks at a time. So we're going to do a little action like this, pushing from side to side and crisscrossing side to side of which block the snow golem will be on. And now once you have done that, what you do is get out your redstone, and you're going to chuck your redstone down on these blocks here. Now it is a good opportunity now to grab your lever, push or grab a lever. This is only going to be temporary. Put it on your redstone, power your pistons, and on power your pistons, keep them powered, and if all of those blocks do not instantly get covered with snow, for example just here, you will need to add another snow golem. So what you won't be able to place it because the snow golem's head is there, so you're going to need to place it 1 block up now. But once you do that, then yes, it'll get pushed into there, like so. Once you've done that, you can just remove all of these blocks, and that means your snow golems are now all in place. And if you want to, you can get rid of this snow on top. It really doesn't matter. It's all up to personal preference. You can leave the snow there if you want to. Now that we have the snow golems in place, they are all working. So basically, we could just do this manually by flicking levers. So we're going to take, but we're not going to do that. So we are going to take these levers out, and we are going to instead grab some building blocks, one of our repeaters and our redstone torch. We are then going to put the redstone, a block there, there, and there, and a block there as well. Oops, sorry, I've messed something up here. That needs to be 1 block out, actually, just to prevent any of the snowballs from escaping. And then you're going to want to place your redstone there. It really doesn't actually matter specifically where your repeaters and all where this actual clock is, but as long as it is repeater, redstone dust, then a torch, so it does that. What you're going to do then is to chuck a lever just on the block with the redstone dust, and you're going to flick that on, which will stop that from flashing about. Then you're going to want to go and grab your block of any choice really, and then you're going to want to break that there, and you're going to want to bring this around. Now that doesn't have to be glass, it can be anything you want. I'm just going to replace it because I am very like to have my builds specific. Okay, once you've done that, you'll just link all of this up here like that, and technically speaking that is all done really. Oh well, except for the fact that it leaks up the ear. I should mention now, before it gets too late in the build, you're going to want to put some glass underneath those blocks just there. Well, not glass, but any type of solid block just underneath those blocks there, where the blocks the piston heads are on, just to stop snowballs from leaking out there. So as you can see, that's no longer leaking out there, and this farm is actually working. But what we're going to do as well, just because we can, is we are going to be adding a second circuit. Now, I have completely forgotten how I did this, so I'm just going to have to take reference from this. Okay, yes, I see what I did now. So, what we are going to want to do is we are going to be running a circuit from just where this torch is and where this repeater powers from. We are going to want to take power from there. Now we're going to put a block there so that that doesn't connect with the redstone dust there. Now we're going to want to put 3 repeaters onto there. So let me just, and then 3 repeaters, put them on max delay, so 4 tick delay, like so. And once we have done that, we're going to get out our 2 observers, and we are going to want to put the observer facing into there, a block on top, and a redstone dust on there. Now I will apologise because I have done this design a little differently, so the resource count will not actually be 100% exact. I do apologise for that, but like so. And this just basically will push, extend the pistons one more time after the farm goes off, which will mean it will push all excess snow blocks. Well, not all of them, but it will push most of the excess snowballs off of the blocks, which will help to reduce lag, hopefully. If lag isn't so much of a problem for you, then you don't actually have to install that circuit. That is all up to your own personal preference. So as we can see, this is basically all working now. But if you want to be able to craft up your all your snowballs pretty easily, there is another thing you can do yet. So let me just clear out my inventory, and then I will grab us the resources we need. So what we're going to need is this here. So a trapdoor, a block of sand, a cactus, 2 chests, a bucket of water, and any building block of your choice. So we're just going to grab them, and what we're going to do is, coming out of the end there, we're going to place a block there just in case any blocks have built up a bit of speed. Then we are also going to go down a few blocks. Often it's probably better to do 2 or so, just so you can stand underneath it. And you're going to put some blocks there in order to catch all of the water you're about to put in. Then you're going to want to put a block under the sand so it doesn't fall. And then you're going to want to put a cactus there. You're going to want to put a water bucket going into the cactus and a chest on top of the cactus. Now let me just chuck that double chest there. Now if you want to, you can put a glass block on top to help stop if you decide to throw blocks, like snowballs or whatever. It won't go on top of the chest, so you can do that if you want. Then you're just going to chuck a trapdoor on there. So now what you're going to do is, if you want to turn the farm on, you are going to have to go slightly around this cactus, or alternatively put a trapdoor there to walk on top of, and then you can get to this lever. Actually, you know what? Let's do something a bit big brain. Grab a lever and chuck the lever there instead, and that means that does that lever actually not power that? Does it really? Oh no, there we go. Yeah, so, yep, all good? Okay. For a second there I thought I'd done something wrong. No, I haven't. So yeah, just a lever there will stop the farm, which means we won't need any of this actually. So yeah, then you can just, once you've done that, you can go on into here and all the snowballs will get passed to you. Any that you don't pick up will be destroyed by the cactus. You could use lava, but I personally don't like to use lava as much because it can burn stuff and it can burn you, which means if you die you might lose some of your items as well. So cactus is probably a better choice for this situation here. Yeah, oh, well, I almost forgot a very, very important part of the farm. Let me just grab some extra slabs, because I didn't actually use all the slabs. What you need to do is just place a block, like a few temporary blocks like so, and you're going to want to go bottom half slab, so this is a bottom half slab, which means mobs can't spawn on it, so no zombies or anything, and you're going to want to chuck those slabs on top of the snow golems, and that is because if you go into your, if it starts to rain, and that isn't there, the snow golems will take damage. If you're underground, this really doesn't matter. So, yes, just make sure you have them there to stop them dying. Now, I would suggest putting torches all over this, and even if you really want to, you can put some blocks on top of here, just to cap everything off, or even down there, but that's all up personal preference once again. Probably put some torches around here. It's always a good idea to light up your redstone builds. You don't want this breaking. But other than that, that's all for this farm. So I hope this is useful to you guys. It is possibly it's possibly a bit overkill still for a snow farm. I mean, snow is pretty easy to gather either way. You could probably do this with only one and just have it running in the background for a long time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this farm. I hope you guys find this farm useful, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. And I will see you guys all in the next episode. So, bye!